What's up, people of the internet? It's Will, and today I'm going to come at you with how you can easily get a nuked out medal. Now, I'm just going to get straight into it. So, a nuked out medal is where you have to get 30 kills with your gun. You're not allowed to use kill streaks that actually kill, so in other words, lethal kill streaks. But you have to get 30 straight kills with your gun or your class. If you die before you get a kill, and you get 30 kills, it's fine. If you get 1 kill and then die, it's done. You will not be able to get nuked out. So it's quite a difficult challenge to do, but I found it fun, and hopefully you can. So I've got a number of tips that you can apply to your gameplay to help you get a nuked out. I've got about 7 or 8 things to go through, so let's get straight into it. So the first thing, and most importantly, is you have to have a class setup that you actually are going to do well with. To begin with, you want to choose a gun. You want to choose a gun that you feel comfortable with, but you want to choose a gun that is at least suitable for most engagements. To me, what I chose was the Cuda. If you don't like the Cuda, maybe consider something like the VMP if it's a small map, or maybe, I don't know, a HVK or a KM44, something that you feel comfortable with but is at least viable in most situations. Okay, so let's go over your class setup. Now, obviously you've got to pick attachments and things that are going to help you. While I was using the Cuda, I used Quick Draw, Stock, and the Suppressor. To me, the Suppressor helped me because the enemies don't know where I am. If you can go without a Suppressor, then fair play, but I would recommend a Suppressor, and I'd recommend attachments that you find comfortable. Only you're going to be able to pick them. I can't say use this or use that. The only thing I would recommend is the Suppressor. When it comes to things like lethals and tacticals, don't bother with lethals. You don't want to be mucking around throwing them and getting caught off guard. If you want to run a concussion, go for it, but I didn't in my actual game here. And perk-wise, don't use perks that aren't going to help you. Like, perks that I would recommend are, from perk 1, Ghost, Sixth Sense, Afterburner, Overclock. Perk 2, Scavenger, Fast Hands, Tracker. And perk 3, you could go with Dead Silence, Awareness, and Blast Suppressor. So those sort of perks are going to help you more, but if you're running, say, something like Flak Jacket, I doubt many people are going to be throwing grenades or anything like that on the actual map in the first place, so it's sort of a waste. Now, in this gameplay, my setup was the Cuda, Quick Draw, Stock, and Suppressor, and then I had a load of perks. I had Dead Silence and Awareness, so I didn't have to hear my footsteps, and I could hear what was going on around me. I then also used Scavenger, so I could keep my gun going, and I could keep using my gun, and I had Ghost on as well. And so that made my class a lot better, and it actually suited my playstyle a lot more. Okay, now score streak wise, you can't use lethal streaks, but what I would say is use the UAV, the counter UAV, and the hater. I would not really bother with the power core, because you got to take time to plant it down, and so on and so forth. The UAV is going to help you, the counter UAV is going to help you, but the VSAT, or the hater, that is going to be key in this, and it is crucial to have that on. It will actually help you dramatically. It will make it so much easier for you to be able to traverse the map, pick people off, and assess the situation even before you get into it. So hater is a must. You want to have a specialist ability that you can use quite effectively. You want to use an ability. Don't run around with weapons. If you run around with weapons, yeah, you might be able to get the kills, but then you're more of a threat to people, and people are going to start swarming you, and also they can see you firing on the map as well, so I wouldn't recommend it. If you're going to use an ability, I'd choose between something like Glitch. Glitch is good if you get into a horrible situation and you want to save your life. Glitch out of it. Kinetic Armor, if you have to engage more than one person. Combat Focus is great, which is what I used in this gameplay to get my hater. Psychosis to confuse the enemy a little bit, or if you want to go into an open area quickly and get back into somewhere that's not so open, Psychosis could help there. Active Camo, brilliant to be able to traverse again over an open area, or to get the jump on someone. And Heatwave, a last effort, just in case someone creeps up behind you. Heatwave would help you out a lot. So choose out of those. They are going to be your best bet in trying to get a nuked out medal. When you've got that weapon, then you need to pay attention to the map. The map that you're going to play on is key to this as well. I'm playing on Hunted and I'm using the Cuda. On the screen now you can see the map Hunted, and I've put two different colours on it. I've put a red and a green zone. To me, when I use the Cuda, the best place to use the Cuda is within that green zone. Inside the building, SMG, well, obviously. The rest of the green area that goes outside into the cave and all sorts, that's a medium range. That's the range you want to be using the Cuda at as well. So that's why on that map I've highlighted it green. If I was to go into the red zone, one, some of the areas are outside. Two, the actual range for the Cuda is probably a bit too far for it, and if someone has a slightly longer range weapon, they're going to drop me. So with that in mind, while I'm playing on this map with that weapon, I know to stay in that green area to do a lot better. So let's say you're playing Combine and you've got the VMP, you can pretty much go anywhere with that. You can go in the buildings or around the outsides and whatnot. The only area you might struggle in is in the centre of the map because it's so open and the VMP might not be able to cross-map someone. But if you can avoid that and stay on sort of like close to medium range engagements, you'll be fine. But you need to think of that before you go into the actual game. So let's get into actually the game itself. When you get into the game, what sort of tips do you want to have? So first of all, don't camp. Don't sit in one spot thinking you're going to be able to take everyone out, because you're not. People can fly at you, people could actually grenade you if they do have a grenade class, but people could literally swarm you and everyone's going to come flying over to you, and you're not going to be able to take out 30 people in a row by sitting in one little spot on the map. Not going to happen. Don't camp, move around. Second tip, when I say move around, I don't mean rush and be so aggressive that you don't know what you're doing. You have to control the situation yourself. As you're seeing in the gameplay behind you, I'm moving around. I'm not staying in one spot, but I'm being careful about where I go. I'm restricting myself to areas where my weapon, the Cuda, is going to be great, but I'm actually moving around carefully and not rushing and going absolutely crazy thinking I can take everyone out. So keep that in mind as you're playing. Okay, next you need to avoid open areas. When I say avoid an open area, I mean avoid it. You don't want to go into an area of the map where you could get shot from anywhere. That is a bad place to be, and that's where a lot of people will actually have their streak ended and they will not be able to get it. Don't go into an open area. Stay into an area where there's maybe one or two sight lines to where you are, and it'll be a lot easier for you, and you won't have as many people flying at you, and it'll be more one-on-one engagements, and you, if you can control the situation, will be able to come out on top a lot of the time. So stay away from open areas, stay into parts of the map that are more like one or two lanes, and you haven't got as much threat coming at you. Now the most important thing about this is you need to be looking at your map at all times. You need to be looking at it going, right, there's a lot of engagements going down over there, so I know that that area there is a big threat. Someone's just shot someone in the building right next to me. I know now there's someone in that building. If you've got a UAV, they're on your screen, they're on your map. Check your map. The map's going to help you so much, and that's how you get a nuked out. You can't get a nuked out without looking at your map, because that's going to be absolutely ridiculous. You won't be able to do it, and you won't be able to assess and going into an area without knowing it's safe. Your map is going to make it a lot easier for you to locate enemies and locate and figure out where is safe on the map and where isn't. So use your map. When I play Black Ops or Call of Duty, I glance at my map probably every couple of seconds, and I'll just do a quick glance, take the information in, look back, done. When I say take the information in, I'm talking like glancing at the map, say, for half a second, if that. Get it into your head, keep looking at that map, but don't stare at it. But look at it, assess what's going on the map, and then decide to make your play, or move, or do whatever you're doing. And the last tip I can give you, and it's quite an easy one really, is enjoy trying to get the Nuked Out medal. Don't get annoyed with it. Don't start raging about it, because if you're going to do that, then don't do it. Because you're going to get worked up, you're not going to be able to do it as easily. If you can enjoy it and have fun, yeah, you'll probably fail a couple of times. It took me about 4 attempts to get this. If you fail, you fail. So what? Get up, have another go, have fun with the challenge, and you will enjoy it so much more, I promise you that. So hopefully this video has helped you out a little bit. If it has, drop a like down below, it would be much appreciated, and I will catch you in another video. Take care.